Hey everybody, welcome back to Network for Law Students LLC. I'm Randy, and today we're going to talk about mentorship. So if that's something you're interested in learning about, just keep watching. Mentorship is a long-term relationship where a mentor is a person who serves as a guide for the growth and development, both professionally and personally, through words and actions, to a less experienced person called a mentee. A mentor is someone who is invested in your success. So do you need a mentor to succeed? No, but it does make the process a lot easier and more enjoyable. And your mentor can serve as your source of inspiration when you're feeling unmotivated or down on yourself. There are a lot of legal professional and law student groups out there that pair mentors with mentees. I think that's very well meaning. But a good mentor-mentee relationship cannot be forced. It can't really be built via paper or via email. The most successful mentor-mentee relationships happen organically. When I've been paired with someone based on our resumes or the times that we both signed up, I heard from them maybe once or twice. There just wasn't any chemistry. Eventually, the mentor-mentee relationship is a two-way street. But it starts out where the mentor picks you. You don't pick the mentor. You don't go up to someone that you don't even know and say, hey, will you be my mentor? It puts a person on the spot. So how does the mentor pick you? No way around it. You have to stand out. So I'm going to tell you two quick stories of two of my mentors. But notice what I said. Mentors. Plural. I highly suggest having more than one mentor. I was in a 2-year accelerated honors program at my school, so I did graduate early from law school. Love them as I do, my fellow first-year law students. During the first semester, were a bit immature as a whole. Every single one of them were nice people individually that anybody would want to hang out with. But OMG, that first semester they were incredibly immature and it was driving me crazy. From telling me that so-and-so didn't say hi to them in some hallway and that's why they're fighting, or to spreading rumors that two classmates were sleeping with one another. The class above us one day decided to invite us for a discussion on study tips at a local bar. So we all sat at a very large table. A lot of people in my class decided to sit amongst each other and just eat and drink with one another as opposed to asking questions of the upperclassmen, the second-year law students. The purpose of the meeting. They were just talking about what they saw on the TV the night before, something about The Bachelor. So some people in the 2L class really felt like they wasted their time. I was on the other side with those second-year law students asking for study tips. I hit it off with all of them, but I really hit it off with one in particular that ended up tutoring me in contracts for free and really looked out for me during the year. I got a bunch of outlines from all of the second-year class that they didn't give to the other members of my class. To those people, I seemed more substantive than some of the other members of my class that showed up that day. So here's the setting. It's the second semester of my first year. It was a networking reception with big law firms from all over the country. And I'm all over. I'm taking business cards and I'm giving my own out. There were several ladies from my school that arrived late, and they asked me to help them network since they were shy. I introduced them to some people. Along the way, they saw that the legal professionals were more interested in what I had to offer, and I found them to kind of be holding me back. Basically, we're all talking to these legal professionals as a group, and the legal professionals kept focusing the conversation onto me. And I tried to get the others involved in the conversation, but no dice. They were trying too hard. They kept cracking jokes that landed flat. Then they resorted to their own tales of, I'm 1L, woe is me. They went on and on about how evil the professors were and how much reading there was and how unprepared they were. Each legal professional said the same thing. It will get better. Then they immediately started talking to me about a more interesting subject. So I separated myself eventually from the ladies. Then I noticed a gentleman from across the room, a partner in a big-time law firm. And even from a distance, being surrounded by a bunch of first year law students, I could tell that he was not really interested in whatever they were talking about. I wanted to speak with him because I saw something that he had written, and I decided to stroll up to him to talk about it. And the gentleman was watching me walk across the room. So I approached the group and shook hands with everybody and introduced myself. But he kept speaking directly to me. As the place closed out though, we were still talking, and then there were other people in the group who were just listening to the conversation. I said my goodbyes to everybody, and I tried to walk off. The gentleman followed me out and yelled out my name because he couldn't catch up to me, and everyone turned around. This is a big time guy. The other students that were there were like, mister, I didn't get your card. And he's like, I'm sorry, have we met? I guess they weren't memorable. I don't think that he was trying to deliberately be rude. He just said, excuse me for a moment, and then turned back to me and said, hey, I really enjoyed our conversation. Make sure you give me a call. Here's my cell number. So one lesson to get from this is don't network in a group. It's fine to introduce other people, but networking in a group seems like maybe you're too timid to do it on your own. And for the individual, being approached by a group, it can be a little bit intimidating. The thing that most won the gentleman in my story over was the fact that I walked up to him unafraid as an equal, made eye contact on the way over to him, as well as the eye contact that we were making while we were speaking with one another. He liked the fact that I was bold, as he called it, especially because I was young and female. He said that he didn't really see too much of that from us. And that spawned a whole nother conversation, as I certainly had an opinion on that. And I expressed my opinion in a logical, calm way, with reasoning. And he liked the fact that I wouldn't just go along with everything that he said. I would say something along the lines of, I could see how you might think that, but consider this. Another thing that he said that he liked was that I wasn't showy. That I dominated the conversation, but that was different from trying to dominate the conversation. You gotta leave him wanting more. The point at which I knew the gentleman was impressed with me was that he called out my name at the end of the reception from far away. He wanted to talk more. He didn't feel obligated. He called my name out in front of everybody. And I'm saying that not to say, look how great I am, but to give you a valuable comparison. The I'm a law student, woe is me story doesn't make you stand out. But interesting conversations about a whole bunch of nothing can lead to a potential mentor-mentee relationship that will last. So now I have a few mentors and that have been invaluable and continue to be invaluable in my legal career. Again, have multiple mentors. Most of my mentors happen to be Black men and women, but not all. I would highly recommend that you get somebody who is in your demographic and in your field. They can truly show you the ropes, and you can learn from their experiences that may directly correlate to yours. If you have mentors that look like you, it could be an unconscious motivator that you'll probably internally tell yourself that if they can do it, you can too. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for joining us. And this is just the first of many videos about mentorship. Thank you again. Subscribe to our new YouTube channel. It's free. Networking for Law Students LLC. Visit our website, networkingforlawstudents.com. We're on Instagram. It's Networking for Law Students 1, and Facebook is Networking for Law Students. Be sure to check out our courses on thinkific.com. We have a new and totally free study skills course that can be used for both law school exams and the bar exam.